Ooh,
And
rock.
bam, we're live.
Hey, what's
Good
up,
evening,
folks?
folks. Look at him. He's playing with his camera. You know, boys and their toys. You know how that is. Anyway, hi everybody. Glad to have you here. And let's run down who's here. Eleanor was first in.
Hey, hi, everybody.
And
Glad
there
to
goes
have
my
you
phone
here.
doing what it always does. Doesn't matter which phone I'm watching YouTube on, it always does that. So Eleanor was first. Nigel was a few minutes behind her. And Brian was third. It's all I see in here at the moment. Anybody else in here, just type something in the comments so we'll know you're here. Of course, Ted is here, and this week it's on the Mobile Geezer channel, which means we're broadcasting live on Facebook, both of my profiles, and on YouTube. So you can type into us, talk to us through either one. I didn't say I was a fan. I just use it like other people do.
Did you check to see if your details was leaked in that breach, George?
I did a minor check, and the minor check did say I should go check. I haven't changed it yet.
What's that website called? I Have Been Pawned?
Yeah. And it did tell me in both of my Facebooks to go change your password, which I haven't done yet.
Yeah, I typed in the URL, guys, so you should probably go check if you have Facebooks. I apparently have been pwned about 6 times. Thankfully, all the passwords are old.
Okay. Yes, but my Facebook is there. I mean, my Facebook is locked. That I have already checked. So, see, we're talking live.
What phone is that? The first thing I check is to see what phone that is. Is that the Pixel 4a?
Oh boy, he knows his stuff. Isn't he good? Man knows his stuff. How could you tell? Because it was so small?
Let's just say there's always a little hint in the. You gotta have to look out for the little notches, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, between carrying the Pixel 4a, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the Galaxy S21 Ultra, of course, the Pixel seems tiny compared to the other two.
Speaking of Pixel, did you hear?
I didn't get it so I guess it came out today that there's not going to be a Pixel 5a, I gather.
Womp. Yeah. According to John Prosser.
Yeah, I had, since I was working all day, I didn't have time to read the stories, but I saw 3 or 4 people had the stories, and I saw that Pocket Now's video for today has that story too. So I'll probably watch it when I'm done. Don's here. Hey, Don, now we got 2 Texas guys. We have Dallas represented, and we have Frisco represented. Good to see you, Don.
Hey. Yeah. Apparently because of the whole chip shortage thing. Terrible. Yeah. Just terrible.
Oh, by the way, Ted, Don is the one who bought my...
Yeah, you told me. The LG G8X.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I guess that's going to be the story, right?
Yeah, that is the top story.
All right.
So since we mentioned it, might as well get on to it. So I'm going to go share the first story for the evening. Got it up. And this one is on me.
I'll take it.
Oh, you want to take it?
Yeah, since I have the LG between the
all right, go for it.
I've used the LG longest between the 2 of us.
Okay, I took this one from Reuters, I guess. So go for it whenever you're ready.
LG smartphone exit. Who stands to gain? Definitely not the consumers.
Yeah.
LG's electronics move to exit its loss-making mobile business is expected to create more opportunities for Samsung than its other rivals in the lucrative North American smartphone market, analysts said. LG's U.S. market share currently stands at about 10%, researcher firm Gardner and Counterpoint estimated, adding it was stronger in markets where it partnered with telecom companies to include devices as part of a mobile plan. Apple tends to cater to the higher-end U.S. market, so it might grab a small portion of LG sales. It's more likely that Samsung inherits a lot of it because both vendors compete across similar markets. Globally, LG's market shrank to 2% in 2020, a massive drop from its status as the world's 3rd largest smartphone maker behind Samsung and Apple during its peak in 2013. The company shipped 23 million phones last year compared to Samsung's 256 million.
Yeah.
Counterpoint analyst Tarun Pathak said LG was mostly competing in the mid-tier as its flagship phones received tepid market response. So it will be mostly the Chinese and mid-tier brands benefiting through the LG's exit, where the whole Stylo phones were and the K phone series phones
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
In its key market like USA, Samsung, Motorola, HMD, ZTE, and Alcatel to a lesser extent will benefit, while Xiaomi Motorola will benefit in LATAM and Samsung in Korea. Tech enthusiasts on Twitter lamented the exit of a once ubiquitous name in the smartphone industry, with many crediting LG for pioneering the now familiar features such as ultra-wide angle cameras and capacitive touchscreen in mobile devices. I didn't know that. I thought that was actually the iPhone that brought that up.
I picked that up from MKBHD.
They didn't always ace every phone, but losing them means losing a competitor that will always be trying new things even when they didn't work. Popular YouTuber Marques Brownlee said in a tweet. Reporting by Subrat Patnik.
So, anyway, just had to make that the leak story. I just wanted to take a short one. Everybody knew it was coming anyway. So,
yeah, I was just hoping it was just rumors.
Oh, and Will just texted me back.
Is he coming?
No, he just said the 5.8 is not canceled in the U.S. though. So I didn't, since I hadn't watched any of the stories yet, I didn't know that. So I gather in the U.S. we'll still have the 5.8, which probably means I will be getting one. Which I guess that kind of means that Google must have had enough chips, on hand to make enough for the U.S. market, but no place else.
Yeah, maybe. But apparently LG says if you buy a phone now, they can guarantee up to like 3 years software updates.
Well, what I read now, because I didn't read any of the stories in depth, but what I read was that they guarantee 3 years updates on certain phones, but not all of them.
The flagship ones. So
right.
The G series, the V series, and the Wing, I think.
Okay.
I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Don.
I'm calling bullshit on that, though. I don't know how much I believe that. I'm still on.
That's true. They might just be saying it because that means they're going to have to pay people. I find that hard stretch too.
I mean, my LG G8X is still on Android 10, and last year April security updates. What's up, Will? Feel free to come aboard. Otherwise, it's good to see you in the comments.
You've got the link already, so.
But
see what Nigel's saying. Hey Ted, Huawei will rise like a phoenix from the ashes with this space. Well, I disagree with that because they still don't have Google services. That's my guess. You could be right, Nigel, but I disagree.
The mid-range phone that Huawei had was called Honor, and has Huawei sold that yet? Because I heard they were trying to sell that.
Right, so they could get services on that, and that was the last I read too. That was what, a month and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah. So has that been sold or no?
I haven't read anything about it being sold. And here's Don's response to Nigel.
Who is that?
Nigel. So I'm not the only one that doubts it.
I don't know about that. Nah. Even before the whole Google thing, like Huawei was on the ban list, like, nope. Till like AT&T like pulled the rug from under them, and the CEO was like complaining, like, oh, whoa. Remember?
Yeah.
That's when he went off script at CES.
Nigel did get a software for his Mate 40 Pro, but remember, Nigel went out and got, somehow he hacked in Google services on his, but he got it working. And Days One is saying, yes, that is monthly, quarterly, or yearly updates, security and or OS updates. Yeah, they said they could I thought I saw security updates somewhere, but I'm not positive.
They just said software updates. I think I saw software and security, but
okay, so I thought I saw it too.
At this point, anything at this point, for goodness sake, on my LG G8X.
Okay, now here's Don responding again. He says he doubts it, but Terry 267 Technology said his Velvet got Android 11, which probably means I should turn on my Velvet.
God damn, Velvet got an update before the LG G8X, which was supposed to be like the flagship. Oh, the disrespect. Damn.
And when we get done, tomorrow morning, I'll turn on my Velvet and see if I got Android 11. Yo, hey, we got a star. A star is here. Yo, brother.
What's going on, George?
Good to see you.
Hey!
What's going on, man?
Yo, who is that? Who that?
Oh,
Tell me that's not what is up.
We are highly honored, sir.
Is that really Will I'm seeing?
you know, I just came on because I want to hear y'all talk about LG, and then I gotta sleep.
Don't tell me you're still doing doubles at work.
George, I ain't been off in a minute.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you came on anyway. So get a good look at them, folks, while you can. You know.
Yeah, mark this on your calendar, folks.
So right now,
What's going on, Ted?
No, what's going on, Will? Man, I'm just crying with my LG G8X, seeing what I'm going to do with this thing after.
Ted is still the cameraman. I see it. That'd be killing it on Twitter. That'd be having Ted's supposed to be funny.
now here's this comment from Don saying that Terry 267 got Android 11 on his Velvet. Now I haven't turned my Velvet on since last week, so
Take out that comment. I don't know how a Velvet gets an update before the G series. The disrespect.
the G8Xers are feeling disrespected. Well, you and Don both have that, so.
Well, that was the flagship line, right? The G series was the flagship line, and the V series
was not the top of the line. Remember that.
Not the top of the line, but it's the flagship line.
Okay. Well,
the V series is like, the ultra line for what Samsung has for the Note series.
Right.
And that was basically LG's Note series, the V series.
Right. But the Velvet is also a flagship too, right?
No, it's really not though.
You don't consider. What do you think? Will you consider the Velvet a flagship or not?
Nah.
Okay.
If I remember, that was like the mid range, right?
It had a mid-range chip. It had a mid-range price.
It does have a mid-range chip. That's true.
Mid-range chip, mid-range price. It was basically almost like a competitor to the the Pixel 5.
Yeah, Nigel is welcoming you back, Will.
Yeah, I see. I'm in there trying to keep up with the comments.
Okay.
What do so LG's gone, right? George, you see what I sent you? The Pixel ain't canceled.
Yes, I already told him as soon as you sent it to me.
Google came out and
I didn't realize. So is this the only place the
Google
5A is not canceled?
They said it's canceled like everywhere except for here and somewhere else. I forget. But Google came out and issued a statement that basically said the phone is coming out.
Okay. So what I speculated, then they must have enough chips on hand just for the little bit that they'll sell in the U.S. and whatever other places.
So I guess that means they're not using the Whitechapel chips or what?
Not for this one, I don't think. This is the 5A.
Yeah.
They're going to use the old, probably the one that's from the, what is that, the 4A, I mean?
Maybe. They might go up, but I'm not positive either way. Well, plus the fact it is Google. How do you never know what Google's going to do.
That is true.
All right, so let me see. What was the news before I fall asleep? So LG,
Yeah, but hold on. I have a question for Don though. Since he bought your LG G8X, Don, what phone are you gonna get now? Now that LG is gonna be out of the picture now.
Okay.
Let me put it in the comments.
Keep in mind, he only got the LG G8X from me about a month ago. Yeah. He likes
George. Oh my God!
Because I had both the Velvet and the G8X, and they both had dual screens. I said, well, I can afford to sell down one of these.
I've been gone so long. George sold a phone. Dang, what have I been missing, Ted?
Yeah, that is unusual. You have to. I do have to admit.
Hey George, I got something shared up.
Oh, okay.
Regarding Pixel 5a, according to Joshua Swingle on Phone Arena. Will is right. So we're limited to USA and Japan.
Oh, in Japan. Okay. All right. So that tells me they must have had those chips on hand, and they figure that's all they can cover.
Yeah, but it's not like they're gonna sell 30 million.
No,
You know,
it's still Google, so we know that.
Isn't that their best-selling phone though? Damn.
A-line, I think the 3A probably.
How many phones does Google make? 2?
Yeah, but I'm
No,
saying the
we-
A-series
we-
phones is the moneymaker.
I think
That's the
A-line.
phone they move the most.
That's right, because of the price and because it has the same camera. You know, that's the phone I buy every year. I never buy the other one, the flagship one. Now, my first thought when I saw the story, and of course I was driving around at work, so I didn't get to read them, was that they were getting rid of it because the chipsets in the regular and the 5A have become much closer. You get what I mean?
Who the heck knows with hardware and Google?
That's true. Does Google
So-
even know we're in Google? Yeah.
Y'all read the LG story, right? I think I missed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just
It
finished
was,
it.
yeah, it was just who's going to benefit, and
So
Samsung.
LG is huge, right? And I was on Twitter,
Right.
looking at Twitter, and everybody's all crying. LG's closed.
yeah, I know. It got you got sick after a while.
Of course, everybody's blaming. They're saying, "Oh, it's the YouTubers. They didn't give LG a fair shot."
Yeah.
What do y'all
And
think?
I got from MKBHD's video, which is the only one I watched on it.
I love that. I
Yeah,
loved it. He addressed everything.
I think yes, he did. I think he was highly insulted that they're blaming them, and I agree with them. I didn't see any bias or against LG.
You could tell though that he well, I guess I don't know if people think that he's not aware, or maybe they just don't care. But everybody always says, and they try to make it seem like they're not talking about him. But when he said it was the master of none, and he don't
Yes.
like when LG does it.
But
Like,
was that true? Calling it the master of none when it has the best headphone jack in the
Yeah,
game
but
and a more
listen,
secure
master-
face
no,
unlocking?
listen,
Yeah, but he was talking about the whole phone.
the
don't
whole
forget.
phone, the
Right.
The whole phone, master of none. Yet it has the best headphone jack and the most secure face locking on an Android
Yeah,
phone.
but listen, it was the only phone left with a headphone jack.
Exactly, and he calls it the master of none. What?
Right.
Okay, so
But
so
Ted,
listen,
Ted,
so
listen
Ted,
to what you're saying.
And
Yeah.
it also had the best ultra wide camera on any phone that year. So what's he talking about, master of none?
Ted, it mastered the headphone jack, right?
And the ultra wide camera.
Listen,
And the
hold on,
ultra wide
hold on,
camera.
Hold on.
It didn't match the
Ted.
Pixel. It didn't match the
No, because the
Pixel.
Pixel
Pixel didn't have an ultra wide camera, George. Disqualified.
Overall camera
Listen,
wasn't as
Ted,
good as
hold
the
on.
Pixel.
Ted, it had that year, right? The S10 came out, right?
Yep.
Right.
They both came out at the same time. Now, you could say he could have said, yes, the master of the headphone jack. I can't remember. I think the S10 had a headphone jack too, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that's it. He did have an headphone jack.
So,
And he did explain why he said that in the
Wait.
video.
But yeah, he did. But listen, you can't, not you, Ted, because you didn't say it, but the people who complain that YouTube influencers or YouTube tech reviewers who don't really review the device, they killed LG. They didn't do nothing because the people who watch them is me, you, George, Mike,
Well, plus the
Nigel.
and besides the
We're
fact,
not putting a dent. We're not putting a dent.
besides the fact, Juan Bagnell is a big YouTuber, and he had almost nothing but positive things to say.
Yeah, but George, what I'm saying
Well,
is,
Bagnell has 100,000
Yeah, but listen.
subscribers, though. So yeah.
yeah, but look, the people who go to YouTube for a phone review, there's not enough of us that we're going to save LG. You know what I mean? LG, the people who need to buy the phone is somebody's mom, uncle, aunt, and those people aren't going to buy it no more because as much as everybody says, everybody brings up boot loop. But if you bought an LG phone and your phone boot looped, you're going to be like, I'm not buying that no more because you're not going on YouTube or reading Android Central to find out that they fixed the problem. If you're a regular person, you're going to be like, I'm Samsung. LG killed themselves. They didn't market their phones. And
that is true.
Everybody was mad because they're like LG. Everybody got mad when they had that gimmick with the hand thing. LG was always, you could say they were too early with their gimmick or whatever you want to call it, but they focused on that stupid feature and it didn't work.
Yeah, and the hand thing was the worst because Flossie, he went over backwards trying to get that thing to work, and he couldn't get it to work right.
But you can't put that on a phone the same year that Samsung came out with, I think, the S10e that year, right?
Yep, you got another welcome back from Crystal.
That was cheap. Hello, it was cheap, and you can't put that side by side with a Samsung that everybody knows the name and think that
I agree.
People are going to be like,
and Will's right, because we're the only ones who watch these guys. That
I'm going to buy the LG phone because it has a quad DAC. Nobody even LG didn't even promote the quad DAC.
Well, plus the average consumer, you say quad DAC, they have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how everybody blames like the YouTube people. They specifically blame MKBHD or.
Which I totally disagree. I don't remember seeing what I considered any unfair coverage of any LG phone,
except for that LGJ review. His video of it was kind of trash, but
you think it was?
It's not. But I'm not gonna blame him for LG's downfall, okay? Because it was already on the downward before that. So I'll be fair. I'll be fair.
I don't even think the review was unfair because, all right, somebody might say you gotta look at the LG phone. It has a quad DAC. It has military grade, whatever.
Real spec, the best ultra wide in the game.
If you put that side by
and
side,
the most secure face unlocking.
If you put that side by side with a Samsung, right, the average person is not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm so concerned with the quad DAC, because at the time when LG was still pushing quad DAC, most people were already using Bluetooth. Nobody cared about it. So LG was like, they were always late. Yeah, they innovated and had crazy features, which is nice. Like, yeah, we got the LG Wing. You put that phone out for, was it $1,000?
Yes, it was.
How are you going to sell that to a regular person?
Yeah, no.
Like it, or you might like it because it flips to the side, but a regular person's going to be like, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, that's true.
And there's Nigel's answer to your ultra wide, and he's probably right because
yeah, but Nigel, nobody.
That wasn't. Yeah, at the time, yeah, they weren't in America, so no, they don't count. They weren't in America.
But I don't know. I just think LG killed themselves. Like, it's messed up. We're gone for the competition, but to like try to blame. It's like they put the blame on everybody.
I agree, though. Yeah,
you cannot blame YouTube for 23 losing quarters.
I agree. Yeah, that's true. I'm not blaming the reviewers, but they certainly didn't help. But I'm not saying not.
Ted, what do you think they could have did to help though? Like
they could have just been better reviewers, but it's not on the reviewers to help. I'm just saying that. I agree. I agree with you, Will. But I'm just saying, they did not help matters at all.
Yeah, but Mike liked LG, right? I bought an LG phone. I bought the G6. To me, the battery was trash. I didn't like the battery. I didn't like the software. And I tried a G7. And that was it. That was the end of the line for me. But the phone was all right, but the software, I didn't like it. Like I didn't.
But listen to what you just said. Well, you said the phone was all right. That is not a raving review either.
Because to me, it didn't do nothing special. There was nothing crazy that it did where I could be like, this is better than Samsung.
I mean, usually for an LG phone,
whatever.
For the price, the phone is all right because I always got them at a steep discount. So yeah, like for like $400, $300, the phone is great. Yeah.
And then all right, there's people at my job, they have LG phones, and these are the people LG needed to sell to. And if I ask them what phone do you have, they don't even know.
Yeah.
They don't know what phone they got.
Oh yeah, I know people in my old job who legit had LG stylos and they didn't know their phones had styluses in them.
And that's what LG sold the most of. LG stylos, Aristos, to Metro and those kind of places.
LG.
But I agree. It's not, the blame does not go on the reviewers. It's mostly on LG, their marketing. Yeah, I remember for the V30. They had a trash marketing.
The V30 I had, that was a great phone.
But trash marketing. I remember for the announcements, they were giving loads of advanced units to reviewers, to content creators, and to test out the features. And then 3 months, 4 months later, nothing. And then they put out the phone.
Yeah.
Oh V40. My God. Yeah, remember what phone was that? It was like
that was the V30.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Then the V.
That phone came
But it
out
was
like
a great
5 months
phone. I
after.
hated treating
It was a great phone, but oh my god, like people literally they announced the phone, people forgot about it,
Yeah.
and then they put it on the market.
Everything else came out because I think their big pitch for that phone was like it's gonna have whatever the Android version was. It was supposed to be the first phone to release
Yep.
it that year,
Yeah.
and they took so long.
The other
everything
big
else
pitch
came
was
out.
how cinematic the video.
Yeah, it was supposed to have like a cinematic log mode, which
that cinematic video phone that I had up to the time by far.
yeah, and by the way, that feature that they promoted hard on the V30, it didn't make it. Like that was it. That was the only phone it came out on. It didn't come out on the V40, the V50, or the V60 for some reason.
That's when I think they blew that big time.
I'm like,
You can't
Here's
market-
Nigel's comment about they never got these two in the UK. So
You can't even market you can't market.
and
that.
then was the V40. I remember the V40 very well because they did a shit. I remember AT&T did a better job of marketing that V40 than LG did. All said and done. Then the V50, LG left the marketing to fall squarely on Sprint, which Sprint did just because that was that was their first 5G phone to use on their network. But then Sprint died, so that phone just fell away.
I think the V50, I compared to the V40, was a failure because the V40 was a much better seller. And Don, you've got it backwards. Flossie says, "White shoes, calm down. You've got them reversed."
Yeah, like they came out with features that you can't sell that to like regular people. What is it, Cinelog mode or whatever? Like when they did that, I don't remember if it was the same year, but when did Samsung have like Lil Wayne pouring champagne on the phone? Like that's the type of stuff that's going to sell the phone. People will be like,
And then came the V60.
it's waterproof or whatever. Samsung will come out with the pen or something crazy that people are going to be like, oh, I'll use that. Nobody's going to look at whatever that move was called.
But then came the V60, and this time for once, it's like LG learned about, influencer marketing, and they had it like on the Eminem and Lil Yachty video.
But you know what? It was too late, though.
It was too late.
It
It was too late. And even then, like you could only buy it you couldn't even buy it unlocked.
Yeah, you couldn't get it unlocked. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was going to try that phone, but you couldn't get it unlocked.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
So yeah, it's LG's fault. LG's fault, really, in terms of marketing.
Yeah, they didn't market their phones. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So I don't really put the blame on reviewers, but yeah, they certainly didn't help matters.
You still want to put some of it on them. It sure sounds like it.
I can't really in good conscience. I can't put some of it on that. It was mostly LG's fault. It's their job to sell the phones. Reviewers just review it.
What bit?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't buy LG. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I didn't really pay attention to the quad. I didn't buy it for the headphone jack, so I didn't care.
Will, what bit was the quad DAC using?
I don't know.
It's 32-bit.
Reg, thank you very much, brother. As usual, man, you just gave me a super chat. The brother's very persistent.
Did y'all see the Pixel Watch leak or whatever?
No, I didn't get a chance to read that yet either.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it. I know there was a YouTube video supposed to show it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Brian is asking which OEM is next on the guillotine.
I don't know.
It might be Sony. Might be
HTC gone, or are they still around?
Who?
They're gone.
HTC is still around, they said.
I thought so.
They're gone.
HTC is still around because
they said they were going to put out something, but they're gone. Like they said they would put out something last year, but last year was COVID.
Yeah, I'm going to nominate them as the next one to be out of the market. Except
they're dead. They're supposed to put out.
Has a ton of money making products. HTC doesn't. So
the last phone that LG was supposed to put out was years ago, which was that blockchain phone. That never happened.
Right, that's true.
They were supposed to put out something last year, like some wildfire, but COVID, so they couldn't. And now we have the chip shortage this year, so doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're dead.
All right, so Brian is asking, okay, the next OEM that's going to be flagship.
No, I'm putting it's either going to be Sony or Motorola.
I'm thinking maybe Nokia.
Ooh.
Because Nokia, I was kind of high on for a while, but they've fallen off in the last couple of years, in my opinion.
Maybe Nokia. That's true. Oh boy.
Yeah, and Brian did say they're only marketing budget phones at HTC. So,
Oh, okay. So the HTC still is in the game. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they're still around. Still
yo,
around.
Rishi's in here now too.
George, what phones have you gotten lately?
The last phone I got still is the
Galaxy
21
Ultra.
But my 3 carries every day is the 21 Ultra, the 12 Pro, and the Pixel 4a.
What are you picking up next?
I'm thinking the A72. I mean, sorry, the A52. Because I kicked myself all last year for never picking up an A-series phone, and I'm not going to let that happen again. So I'm probably going to get the A52 probably very soon too. I've fallen too far off OnePlus, and they're going to have to impress me with something before I'm going to spend my money for another OnePlus.
OnePlus,
sorry, Rishi.
I've seen that price. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow.
And maybe it's worth it. I mean, the reviewers seem to like it. You know.
Yeah, they're priced more than Samsung, right?
Yeah, they're up there now. They're up there with the big boys.
Yeah, they got the Nord series. So if you broke now, you can just get a Nord series.
That's true.
If you broke, yeah.
Hey, I get all the OnePlus coverage I want by watching Rishi, watching that OnePlus guy. So I'm good there.
Yeah, did he get it? I don't think he got the. Did he get the 9 Pro yet? I don't think Rishi got it yet.
Yeah, I don't think he got it yet, but if I know Rishi, he will have it. Rishi, let us know if you got the OnePlus 9 Pro.
I hope y'all saw Rishi's video on there. That video was hilarious.
Which one?
The one where he was making fun of OnePlus. Oh my god! You gotta look for it
yet.
You gotta look for it on his channel.
I've been very busy this week.
Yeah, you gotta look for it.
Still waiting on a Pixel 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. We got to get a Pixel 5 before we get a Pixel 5a. That makes perfect sense to me. You know.
At this point, you might as well just wait.
Brian's calling it the water video. Oh, I definitely didn't see it. I guess he means Rishi's video, right?
Oh yeah. Rishi's.
Okay, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I got too much stuff going on this weekend. That's my problem.
Busy.
I'll have a first date on Sunday. So.
Oh, all right, George. Ted, what have you gotten, Ted? Did you get the Fold?
The Fold? No, I didn't end up getting the Fold. I came to my senses.
But Ted and I were both bigger on the Flip than the Fold, right, Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, though, but I like the Razr more than the Fold. The Flip. I like the Razr more than the Flip.
Oh, I like the Flip way more than the Razr.
George, you still got that buggy Microsoft phone?
Yes, I still do. I still love it too. Yeah. Everybody that gets that phone loves that phone. Look at who was it? Will. He bought it twice. He got rid of it, but then he had to get it again. You know. His Rishi answering
video. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. With the laughing Spanish guy.
Okay, I dropped the red pill. Okay,
that one. That's the video, George. You gotta watch.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it. So Rishi, did you get the OnePlus 9 Pro? Just let us know.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah, but obviously Brian agrees with you about that video.
Yeah, that video was hilarious. I'm telling you.
All right, are you going to stick with us for a little while?
I'll give y'all one story. I gotta get to work.
I got a Sony phone.
Do you have you got the notes?
No, what's pulled up? Hold up. What's the
next story is going to be the A series coming to the US.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. All right, I'm on your page. A series is from I found it.
Okay, I'm going to share it now.
All right. It's from CNET, right?
Yes. Oh, hey, folks, we got Will reading a story. This is momentous. This is first time this year.
Because I really don't. It is for real.
Yep.
Samsung. Hold on. Samsung's Galaxy A series starts at $110 for 4G, $280 for 5G in the US. The company now has the cheapest 5G phones in the US with its Galaxy A32. Is that the one you want to buy, George?
No, I want the 52, so I'm waiting for that.
Oh wow, the camera setup looks like.
No, I guess according to this picture, the A52 went on sale today. I was working today, so I didn't get to see it.
All right, Samsung's inexpensive Galaxy A phone lineup is arriving in the U.S. this week, with 5 new models starting as low as $110 for the 4G-enabled A02s.
Yeah, A02s. Yeah,
it's gone as high as $500 for the Galaxy A52 5G. That's the one you want. With the new lineup. Yeah, with the new lineup, Samsung will have one of the cheapest 5G phones on the U.S. market, the $280 A32 5G. Here's how Samsung's 5G-enabled Galaxy A series compares to each other and to the Galaxy S20 FE, which also features 5G.
Yeah, and it's impressive that they're still comparing them with the Galaxy FE, so that's pretty impressive to me.
Yeah. The South Korean electronics giant held an Unpacked event last month, its second of 2021, to show off the new devices. In the past, it reserved global launch events for its pricier flagship phones, but the focus on the Galaxy A devices reflect the nature of phone purchases today. More consumers are looking for affordable models rather than spending $1,000 on higher-end devices. Last year, 3 out of every 4 Samsung phones shipped around the world were Galaxy A devices, according to Strategy Analytics.
Right.
In the U.S., where there's often a bigger market for pricey phones than in many other regions, the A family's shipments surpassed those of the flagship Galaxy S line, 26% to 19%, Strategy Analytics said. We're really establishing a brand where traditionally those consumers might have bought a 2 or 3-year-old flagship device, and instead they're preferring a new device that has the right innovation at the right price point. Drew Blackard, Vice President of Product Management for Samsung Electronics America, said in an interview ahead of the news. It's a really interesting tier of the market.
I think he's being absolutely truthful with that statement, because I think he's absolutely right. You know, the Galaxy A51 outsold every phone that Samsung made last year.
Hold up, and find it where I was at. Where was I at?
Right below Reed Morris.
Okay, I found it. Starting this week, U.S. customers will get 4 phones Samsung didn't talk about it at Unpacked. The 4G only A02s, the A12, and the 5G enabled A32 5G and A42 5G, as well as the Galaxy A52 5G. Samsung kept the prices steady with last year's A models. The A02s will retail for $110 when it's available on April 29th, while the A12 will start at $180 when it hits the market on Friday. The A32 5G will cost $280 on Friday, and the A42 5G will retail for $400 starting Thursday. And the A52 5G will start at $500 when it also arrives Friday.
It's hard to keep up, isn't it?
Yeah, they got 20 phones. Of the 3 5G phones, only the A42 will run on the ultra-fast millimeter wave network favored by Verizon. So what's the point? The nation's biggest carrier will also offer the 4G only A02s. AT&T will carry the Galaxy A52 5G and the A12, while T-Mobile will offer the A52 5G, the A32 5G, and the A12. T-Mobile's Metro prepaid business said they're going to sell some phones too.
Yes, they are.
US Cellular will sell the A52 5G and A02s. AT&T's Cricket is going to sell the A32, the A12, and the A02s. And Boost and Charter are going to sell the A02s. Samsung is going to sell unlocked versions of the A52 and A02. This is crazy.
You need a freaking scorecard to keep up, right?
This is really crazy. Like, this is I don't know. The
Iron Man got
They got another one, an A72, a follow-up.
Another one.
No 5G on the 72. That's why they're not bringing it to the U.S.
Okay. The last year's $600 won't be coming to the U.S. because it's too similar in price and features to the Galaxy S20. That's why they're not bringing it.
Yes, they don't have 5G on it either.
Samsung introduced the FE, which stands for Fan Edition, in September for $700. That selling price made it $300 less than the regular S20 from earlier in the year, and $100 less than this year's S21. They had some good success with the A71 last year, but there's a little bit of overlap with the Fan Edition. Stephen Hawk, director of smartphone product management at Samsung Electronics America, said in an interview ahead of Wednesday's news. And because of the great success we have with the Fan Edition in the U.S. market, we're not looking to continue with the A7 lineup this year. Blacker told CNET earlier this year the company plans to offer more Galaxy FE models in the future, of course.
And Will, if you want to skip around, that's up to you. Let me know where you're going.
5G is pretty okay. Not really worth it.
If you're on T-Mobile, that's your best 5G in the United States.
Same thing over and over. I think that's the part. We got the main part of it.
Exactly. I agree. And, reading a story like this, it's crazy, all these models. But obviously Samsung knows what they're doing because these are the models that sell the most. And
also, LG's out of the picture.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Nice.
Where's Nigel saying?
Nah, I'm laughing because he tried to make a joke. Yeah, I don't know. This is
if Huawei had GMS out of the box, I'd probably get the Mate 40 Pro. I think they still got probably the best cameras in the world.
Even if the Huawei didn't have GMS, I'd still get it before a OnePlus.
I'd rather have the Google mobile services. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't like OnePlus?
It's not that I don't like OnePlus. It's just, I prefer Huawei over OnePlus.
Yeah, I think, Huawei and Samsung and Apple, those are the phones.
Huawei has the better camera. Huawei, even though it's proprietary, they give you the option of removable storage. And also, Leica beats Hasselblad.
Yeah, if they had Google services, I would have been buying Huawei phones right along. But they don't, so I'm not.
And also, Huawei's got that desktop mode, which is very good.
So I've heard, yeah. Let's see, what else is Brian saying here? The mid-range Samsung devices got better by subtraction of the SD card and headphone jack on the flagships. He probably has a point there.
Oh, so why don't you put up my banner? Put up my comment, just so everybody gets the message.
Where's your comment? Oh.
At the bottom.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. I'll take all the likes I can get. So hit it whether you like it or not. No, just kidding.
That's what, hopefully you don't have to resort to that at your date this Sunday.
So now that I'm not sharing screen anymore, let me go over to Samsung US and see if those are up there today. Because according to that story, they should be up there, I would think, right now. So I'm going to the Samsung website.
Look at that.
I'm going to mobile. I'm going to smartphones. And, okay, here's Galaxy A.
Oh, no.
Okay, A52 is up there. I'll probably be buying that tomorrow, is my guess.
My goodness. Don't you have a day tomorrow? Don't you have a day on Sunday?
That doesn't mean I can't order a phone that takes me 10 minutes to order.
Ah, that's a good point. I'm thinking it's instantaneous delivery.
And she and I will be seeing each other Sunday and Monday, so I can take 10 minutes out for a phone.
All right, let me do the next.
All right, going down to
the Google event on May 18th. I'm looking forward to the Sony event on the 24th.
Oh, yeah, because Sony's your thing.
Yeah, it's been a while since Sony's done an event.
All right, who's doing this Google story? You or me, Ted?
You do it.
Okay.
You're the developer.
All right, so I'm the ex-developer, yes. This was on XDA. Google I/O 2021 is a free-to-attend virtual event this year starting May 18th. Kicking off on May 18th through May 20th, the event will give Google an opportunity to showcase Android 12, yes, plus whatever the company has in store. The website for Google I/O 2021 is now live, where consumers and developers can register for the event. According to Google CEO Sundar Pichai, this year's event will be free for everyone, which is great.
That's good.
I think that's great. The virtual event will consist of everything you'd expect from an in-person conference, including consumer and developer-focused keynotes, workshops, AMAs, and more. Google said A full schedule for I/O 2021 will be posted later this month, so stay tuned for that. Technical sessions and keynotes will be available on demand after they first air, while registration is required for things like workshops and media. But see, the part that it's free, that means those, even if you had gone to a Google I/O, you can't get to everything. We got a lot better chance of getting to everything this way, I think. I just think it's very cool. Chances are Google will take time to share more details about Android 12, which was announced back in February. While there's a lot we still don't know about the software, we uncovered a lot of changes in the first developer preview, which revealed features like easier Wi-Fi sharing, AVIF image support, and more. Google is also rumored to be working on more affordable Pixel bugs and the Pixel 5a, both of which could debut at I/O 2021. We've seen both devices break cover on more than one occasion over the past several weeks, so that an announcement next month seems like a safe bet. We'll keep a closer eye on these products as the conference gets closer. Google isn't the first company to announce a virtual event for this year. Apple has already announced WWDC 2021 will take place at the beginning of June, while E3 is also returning this summer in a virtual format. That's right, they canceled E3 last year, right?
Oh.
As we wait for Google's event to kick, the search giant is challenging people to solve the I/O 2021 puzzle. So all you that like to solve puzzles, go for it. I hate puzzles myself. That's just me. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Who knows? So I think that's very good news, especially that it's being free and anybody can attend. I like that. Oh, so Will slipped out while I was reading, huh? Sneak.
Didn't even
Anyway,
notice a
Will,
thing.
we were very glad you were here, brother. Thanks for coming in. All right, and Ren said thanks. Good night, and thanks for stopping by. Everybody said has good night to all. Will did say have a good show, and he said he's got to sleep. Yeah, I guess he's got to do that to stay alive, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Don't want to burn the camera at both ends. Nope.
It's right. So it was great having him in here. I thought it was wonderful. That's what I call a pleasant surprise. That was the pleasant surprise of the year, so next to my date anyway. Okay. Next up, you want to take the OnePlus 9?
No, actually, I don't. I'm looking at this Huawei phone on Swappa, and it's $1,000.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's Huawei phones aren't going to come cheap. I don't care whether they got Google services or not.
Apparently not. Damn. $1,000. Shoot. Used.
But
Mercy, sir.
But as near as I can tell, Huawei phones are worth their price. As near as I can tell, I'm sure Nigel would agree with me. Anyway, all right, I'm going to share the next story.
Damn.
This is on The Verge. So you want me to take it or you?
Yeah, I'll take the next one.
Okay, this is on the OnePlus 9 Pro and it's on The Verge. So whenever you're ready.
Hold on, that was a mate phone. I should look at the.
Make up your mind. Hey, if you're going to shop, you need to share your screen so we can see what you're seeing.
Actually, no, let me get the Best Buy one. Can you do this OnePlus? I'll owe you one, George.
Okay. All right, so this was on The Verge. Some OnePlus 9 Pro owners say their phones are overheating too easily. Yeah, who's having big problems with that? TK? Yeah, it was TK, right? TK Bay. I think he was having overheating problems to the point of the phone shutting off intermittently, so pretty bad. OnePlus plans to address the issue with updates over the next few weeks.
Oh. I thought, well, I was thinking maybe it's just a one-off. Like he just got a lemon. You're telling me that's
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's I gather a bunch of people, and his was actually shut off because I was watching Juan's show the other day, and he was saying how TK was saying the phone was actually shutting off from overheating. That's bad. You know. And it wasn't one show; it was My Project 13, Anthony, that was saying it. A number of OnePlus 9 Pro owners say they're getting persistent overheating warnings, often with use of the camera app. Overheating is almost always caused by that, or gaming. Android police spotted the mounting number of reports, many of which are collected in a thread on OnePlus's support forum. Well, that's good. and often mention use of the camera app in connection with the warnings. OnePlus tells The Verge this is a known issue and that a fix will be coming via software updates over the next few weeks. Yeah, if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a phone, I don't want it shutting down. Some 9 Pro owners reporting the problem say the warning appears even with light use or the phone's still photos or video recording capabilities. Because I've had some budget phones that when it was too hot out, like it was 85 degrees, and it would warn me the videos, the camera's about to go down, but never with still photos. And in some cases, the phone will prohibit any more photo taking until it cools back down. And I think that's generally true of all of them when they overheat. Others mention the problem arising around or soon after initial setup. That's really bad. We didn't encounter the issue while testing the OnePlus 9 Pro.
Brian is going hard.
And we haven't seen it crop for use since then either. Where's Brian? Oh, Brian's being Brian. Okay. Crab Dragon 888. Somebody out there. See, somebody mentioned the 888. Yeah, somebody said the same thing about bringing up the 810, which had issues like that. Yeah, and Rishi's agreeing with him, So now, my Project 13, he said he hadn't had any of those problems yet, but I gather it's sporadic and it's happening to many more than just a few people.
Ah, shit. I hope that. Oh no, I'm worried about this one. Worried about the Xperia Mark III. Then crap.
Because of the 888. Well, I have the 888 in my Samsung, and no issues, zero. And I've been using this thing a while now, so I haven't heard of any issues with it either. So
it was
that was the first phone that got the 888.
It was that phone, and what was it? The Samsung Galaxy 21, the base model that Juan was complaining about the phone throttling.
Okay.
So maybe I'm guessing
not the Ultra.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Ultra. They probably added something like active cooling.
Yeah,
like
maybe
passive cooling, like a copper wire to keep it cool.
I've had zero issues at all. Okay, and day before yesterday, I went and did a bunch of 4K video, no problem.
Yeah, I saw that where with between the iPhone 11 and the Galaxy S21.
Exactly.
Speaking of, iPhone 11 was doing pretty well.
It did really well.
Despite the price difference, so I'm going to say.
And the reason I did it is because I'm going to be passing the iPhone 11 along to somebody probably in 2 days. So, because she has a OnePlus 6S. I mean, an iPhone 6S.
Yeah.
Okay. OnePlus gave a lot of thought to heat dissipation in the 9 Pro's design, which is an especially important consideration for the phone's fast wireless charging feature. To ensure that the phone remains a safe temperature during wireless charging, the 9 Pro includes thicker copper and a larger heatsink than its predecessor. It is also equipped with two 25-watt battery cells, that's right, which helps control heat in addition to improving charging times. While it seems the phone is well equipped to deal with heat on the hardware side, users' description of the problem and the response from OnePlus indicates something might be wrong on the software side. Until that fix arrives, the company encourages 9 Pro owners experiencing problems to submit a bug report to its forums. So, all right, so they know about it, and at least I'll give them credit for putting the issues on their forum. So, but now I'm glad I didn't get it once again. So.
I need some minutes.
Let me go back. Okay. Yeah, I like my Project 13, but his reviews ain't savage enough for me. That's true. That Anthony is like me. He's a born-again Christian. I don't think he's going to say a whole lot of nasty stuff. It's just not his style, just like it's not my style. Both of us will tell the truth, but we're not going to do it in some negative way. Now, see, Brian wants you to get in and get that dirt in there. Just a matter of personalities, Brian. And if I know Renz, he'd want me to go in there with brass knuckles and hurt somebody.
Yeah. Huh.
Funny thing is, I take that back. I was about to say I've never owned a pair of brass knuckles, but I have to take that back. Way back when I did. Okay.
That's my turn now, isn't it? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you said you took the. Didn't I do a good job with the picture for the Best Buy store? I thought I did a great job. Of course, I went out and found it, but still, I just thought it was a great picture for it.
Let's
Anyway,
see.
that's just me patting myself on the back,
It was a very nice picture, George.
which I rarely do. Thank you, sir. All right, folks. I know I baited him into that. And there go. What did I tell you? There goes friends. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, I didn't want the grass knuckles to come out. All right, let's see.
All right, this is on The Verge again.
Let me let me hide all these Verge sites. Best Buy's new beta program promises a concierge service and tech support for $200 a year.
I may sign up for this. We'll see.
Piloting first in Iowa, Pennsylvania, and Oklahoma. Best Buy is piloting a new paid membership service that will provide exclusive perks, including concierge-style tech support and exclusive pricing. The subscription service will cost $200 a year or $180 if you have a Best Buy credit card. There are similarities with Amazon's Prime subscription as Best Buy looks to expand its services outside the sale of consumer tech products. The new membership, called Best Buy Beta, grants members access to a slew of benefits, including free standard shipping, unlimited Geek Squad technical support, exclusive membership pricing, and a 60-day extended return window. Best Buy confirmed that beta members will have 24/7 access to a concierge team, which they can contact by phone, email, chat, or through the Best Buy mobile app. And then, if we look at that, we just see the little pictogram of all the benefits that Best Buy will offer, including free in-home standard delivery and even installation on Best Buy purchases. A 2-year okay. This might be a 2-year warranty protection on most products, Best Buy, including Apple Care and Apple
products. I do have a Best Buy card, so this is good.
So if you buy the Apple products with this service, you get the Apple Care tacked on automatically on the Apple products.
That's pretty sweet, isn't it?
That sounds too good to be true. I'm looking for the gotcha on that one. That would be very good.
Yep.
Unlimited Geek Squad technical support on all technology in your home. Exclusive member sale pricing. Fast free shipping, no minimums, plus extended return window. Dedicated, exclusive, and concierge support. Now, Best Buy already has a $200 membership program called Total Tech Support, which when I worked at Best Buy, we always had to push like, oh my gosh. It was,
oh, really? Okay.
That provided similar services, but it will be unavailable in the pilot markets. In fact, based on how similar both services are, there's a possibility that Best Buy will discontinue Total Tech Support. Best Buy is not the first retail giant to roll out a service to compete with Amazon Prime. Last year, Walmart released its own subscription service for $98 a year, offering meaningful benefits such as free delivery on orders over $35 and fuel discounts at select gas stations. Best Buy is piloting this new membership program. Yeah, I already said all this. But the retailer is planning to expand annual subscription to select stores in Minnesota, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Definitely not in any major U.S. cities that would love all this new fancy gadgets and just,
I'm in Tennessee. I'm good.
Just they want to roll it out to places that, have, maybe questionable broadband support, ironically,
Hey, sometimes us little people in the little cities deserve some support, so I'm grateful. I'm probably going to get that.
Would I get that? I don't know. I'll tell you right now, though, if another perk of this thing was, free early access to buy a freaking product, like as soon as they get the PS5, first the Best Buy members get this. This should sell.
But
that would sell.
Okay, I don't game, but I know with phones, I always go to Best Buy and ask them, okay, when you're going to get this phone that was just announced. They never know. So you're not going to see any early access with phones because they don't tell the employees until like the day the phones show up in the store, which may be 2 weeks down the road.
That's true, but maybe not with the phones, but maybe everything else. Like, right now, but for consoles, they should know when the shipment comes out for a consoles that they can sell. So just give their early access to their members, and not just consoles, right now people want to buy GPUs. They can just do a job just for their Best Buy new concierge tech support service. I'm saying if they had that, if that was a perk of this thing right now in 2021, people would be like, people will want that service.
Suggest it to them. Maybe they'll let it in.
No, I'm not. I don't like Best Buy right now. Apparently, Best Buy has been on a spree of, cutting people's hours and, just straight up firing, even though they've been having a huge business.
They certainly have. Ever since COVID started, they've been having huge business. When I was in Florida last year, my first 2 or 3 phones I bought at Best Buy because they were hard to get anyplace else.
Yeah, apparently, they've just been relying on part-time workers. But even then, they've cut down on a lot of their employees now, and now the back-end staff that are actually there working the stores to get product out, they're complaining about being overworked now. So they're just like, whew.
Okay, because when I was in the store,
the worker happiness has gone down.
When I was in the store a week and a half ago, they seemed like a normal amount of employees, but maybe I just happened to hit it at the right time. I don't know. Anyway, so some of those perks sound pretty good to me. So that may be a good chance I might get that.
Yeah, right. For $200 a year. I mean, if you do shop a lot at Best Buy, it does sound sweet though. I'm surprised they didn't have such a thing sooner.
Yeah, I agree. And I remember when I read about that Walmart plan, and that just looked weak all the way around. So I can see why that didn't succeed.
Yeah, but I just want that one extra perk.
You should suggest it to them.
Yeah,
now they may listen to you.
As long as they also get good people on their concierge support, like, if you have a problem and you just want info on a product, right now I'm looking up teleprompters. If they could actually have someone knowledgeable to be on that support team, because it's funny enough, when it comes to cameras and you need support for that, or advice on that, it's really like a toss-up. You don't know what you're going to get at Best Buy. You have to actually go to a camera store for good work.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, if I were into cameras like you, I'd be going down to Atlanta to what's the world's biggest camera store?
B&H? Atlanta?
B&H. No, I meant B&H. Yeah.
Oh, New York.
The B&H camera store in Atlanta is awesome.
Oh, they got one in Atlanta too.
Yeah. Okay, next story. Once again, we're on the verge, and this one is on me. Oh no, you owe me one, so you got to do another.
I do.
I forgot. Yeah. Right, I'm sharing screen, and there it is.
Let me just. My iPad's being clingy. So Twitch will ban people for harassment even when it doesn't happen on the site. Oh my gosh.
This is a heavy duty story
This is overreaching. Oh boy.
Yes, it is.
It's a major expansion of the platform's misconduct policy by Zoe Schiffer. April 7, 2021, Twitch will now ban users who harass members of its community even when that harassment takes place off Twitch. The streaming platform announced a major expansion of its off-service misconduct policy today that allows it to take action against users who mistreat people regardless of where it happens and whether it's offline or another social platform. The new policy splits misconduct into 2 categories. Category 1, which applies to harassment that takes place on and off Twitch, and Category 2, which applies to harassment off Twitch. The first category hasn't changed. If Twitch is reviewing a harassment report about something that happened on stream, it will take into account related harassment on Facebook. The second category, however, is new. Now, if Twitch finds out about a serious offense that poses a substantial safety risk to Twitch community, it'll take action even when those offenses took place entirely off the platform. The company is currently defining serious offenses as incidents of violent extremism, credible threats of mass violence, membership in a known hate group, sexual exploitation of children, and non-consensual sexual activities, and among others. Twitch is bringing on a third-party law firm to assist with off-platform investigations. These investigations are vastly more complex and take significant time and resources to resolve.
Yeah.
For behaviors that take place off Twitch, we must rely heavily on law enforcement and other services to share relevant evidence before we can move forward. A spokesperson for the company declined to give the name of the law firm. The move comes after Twitch overhauled its harassment policy last December. The changes include stricter rules around sexual harassment and a ban on promoting hateful opinions on the pretense of comedy. In June 2020, the company faced a reckoning around sexual harassment and assault, with multiple women coming forward to say it hadn't done enough to protect them. While some of those incidents took place on the streaming platform, others happened off-site but involved members of the Twitch community. One streamer told The Verge that an adult began sending them sexual messages on Twitch when they were 15.
Wow.
In its announcement today, Twitch said it's focusing on the most egregious types of physical and psychological harm to start, but implied it could expand the off-service harassment policy later on. The company also said it will suspend users who submit a large number of fake reports.
Okay, so it is far-reaching, that's for sure. I can see where they have the lawyers. Seems to me they're giving themselves a lot of room to define categories. But I totally agree with the violent stuff and sexual harassment. You got to get rid of those people right away and get them arrested if you can, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is grossly overreaching.
I think it's somewhat overreaching, yeah.
I mean, I always figured, like, whenever kids get in trouble, they did something out of school grounds or whatever, like on a weekend especially, and then they got expelled from school for whatever they did. I always thought that was freaking ridiculous.
But look at the bottom of that story. It said a Twitch user was getting sexual harassment at 15. Well, I'd like to do something about that.
And they said that happened on Twitch, and definitely, yeah, Twitch should do something about that.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah, I agree generally. I think it's a bit of an overreach. But I do have the impression that all of these companies, even Google, Facebook, Twitter, they all want more. They all want more control, and I think that's a lot of what it's about.
Like, it's weird. Like, obviously, we want to protect a vulnerable population on a streaming platform, especially if they're young. Right. So let's say a person outside the platform was, good example, James Charles. That was Thunder. Have you heard about him?
No.
No, okay. All right, so now it's such a great example. But yeah, apparently James Charles is like a really huge YouTuber on the YouTube platform, Makeup Products. He has a makeup line, wildly popular. He has come under fire multiple times for engaging or soliciting, minors for sexual content on Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah, and so basically under this policy, I'm not sure if James Charles actually has a Twitch channel, but
under that policy, he'd get nailed by Twitch, right?
Yeah, true. So, but I mean, nothing's been proven in court.
Yeah, but keep in mind, they do have lawyers to investigate it themselves, so they may not have to prove it in court, and they just may have to prove it as far as Twitch goes.
Okay, and then let's also consider, like, the time aspect of, like, how long exactly do these bans go? Like, do they also factor in maybe like the rehabilitation of an offender, like, someone who was part of a hate group community?
Yeah, I would think it would have to be tied to the severity, don't you think?
Who's to say what the severity is, though? Like, let's say, because they said, if he was convicted, if a hate group person was convicted of a crime or whatnot, disseminating hateful articles, they do the time and then they come out. Like, does a ban still apply? Like, why would the ban still apply longer past, the prison sentence?
Yeah, but see, to me, the biggest problem in our article is the hate group, because how do you define what a hate group is? Well, I think a lot of people.
I think we all know what a hate group
I think a lot of people would define anybody like me, a Bible-believing Christian, as a hate group. A lot of people in this society would do that today.
Nah, I think there's a specific definition by the FBI that would constitute whether it's a hate group or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as they have.
I mean, there's a severe distinction, but
fine,
you know,
I'll buy that.
there's a severe distinction between, you know, hard, you know, conservative Christians and then, you know, the Westboro Baptist Church people.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, yeah, they're just nuts. They've always
So
been
yeah,
nuts.
so it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and they are definitely a hate group, and they make sure they let you know it too.
So so to be honest, yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel like, you know, Twitch for no apparent reason is really crossing a line here. Like,
Yeah, well, see, I agree with you. It seems like they're trying to somewhat do the right thing, but they also seem to be overreaching a bit. So it's hard to.
like I can understand them doing the right thing, but doing the right thing on your platform, like, you know, whatever someone else does outside, don't concern it to yourself.
But has it occurred to you that maybe they've gone outside to protect a Twitch user who may have written to them or contacted them? Well, I'm a Twitch user and you're not doing enough to protect me, even though it did take. But if there are people who did that, maybe that's what pushed this.
Why should Twitch protect someone though that's not on their platform, of a occurrence that hasn't happened on their platform?
Because they're a Twitch user.
But you know, whatever undue action they're experiencing is not on their platform.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying somebody could have written to them or complained to them that they, as a Twitch user, because they should be protected. I'm just speculating here, you know, how they got to this point.
And I'm just, for some reason, I keep thinking about this guy. What was his? He had this really weird. He had a costume with this really handlebar mustache. Captain Devious or Captain.
Oh, I've heard of
Dr. Disrespect.
Okay.
Did you hear about that one?
I heard something about it, Dr. Disrespect. I can't even think in what context I heard of it.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, Dr. Bex was a huge Twitch streamer. And then overnight, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, his channel got banned on Twitch.
Okay. Did they explain why at all?
Nobody has said anything. He claims that, you know, he doesn't read. He doesn't know why. He was never given a reason why. And Twitch has been mum about that.
And that's where I think that, here's what I think. I think there should be a law that if any of these platforms ban somebody, they have to give a written reason. I think that's the minimum they should have to do. You know, and then sure, they might be totally justified, but give me the reason. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, like if people like you don't rely on their content to make money, and you want to, like, you know, give people some amount of transparency because, you know, to be on your platform. Yeah, like some transparency would not hurt, but
Rishi had a comment back on the Best Buy. That's right. I forgot he worked at Best Buy before doing the holiday. You got to experience the dark side of it. Is it that bad, Ted?
What is it? I had to work. I worked there during the holiday season. Yeah, for preparation for Black Friday. It wasn't that bad.
Okay, so maybe it could be worse in Jersey City than it is in Dallas. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. My experience wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I don't know why I was saying that bad. It wasn't really bad at all.
Okay. All right.
But and then apparently for Xbox, Microsoft. Remember, I think Microsoft is doing. I feel more comfortable what Microsoft is doing for their Xbox chat, for their chat service, where apparently you can hide. You can use AI to filter whatever is being said to you on the chat. So,
okay, that makes sense.
So someone's saying this, but the weird thing that the Microsoft did was that, you know, instead of like giving you a toggle to just say, hey, I don't want to hear anything, or let me hear some. That was very weird.
Well, I mean, maybe they did some testing, and with the I don't want to hear anything, maybe people complained about it. I don't know.
And to make it even weirder, it wasn't like, you know, any hateful comment. It was, you could actually filter based on, you know, the type of bigotry you would want. So you could say, so yeah, you could filter out. Let's say, you know what, I'm Asian. I don't want to hear any disparaging remarks against Asians, but let me hear all the, you know, anti-Semitic comments. Let all the anti-Semitic comments come in through.
That is pretty strange.
That is very strange. Or, you know, stuff about minors and, you know, rape. Let me hear that, but let's not bring anything at all about race. That is very strange. That was a very strange by Microsoft.
Brian has a good comment to Rishi's comment. It is it's during the holidays. People are bloodthirsty to accomplish. Yeah, people can get pretty nasty when they're shopping. That's true, especially when they're feeling pressure to buy something for a family or somebody.
Yeah, but
just imagine everyone's worst side. It's not that hard. Most people can act like savages. I agree 100% there.
I don't think it's as bad as though before. As 10 years ago. Now with
10 years ago, you were actually seeing on the news all the time people pushing people around in Walmart and all kinds of places. That's true.
But now people just shop online or
I agree. That's why online shopping has helped a lot.
And Best Buy actually has been doing their sales earlier. So
So have a few of them, yeah. So
it's more spread out now. People can now print out come at sooner time. So it's not all like a.
It's 10 years ago, Walmart and a bunch of others, Target, they were having people having fist fights and all kinds of stupid crap.
Yep, it was a war.
Yeah.
But now it's calmed down thanks to the internet.
Yeah,
the internet actually saved the day on that one. Yeah, but
of course you pushed the Mighty Mouse song right into my head because my mind went, "Here I come to save the day." That's the part of the Mighty Mouse song. But you're too young.
I don't. The Mighty Mouse I know is Mickey Mouse.
You don't know who Mighty Mouse is even?
Let me look him up.
Mighty Mouse was a cartoon superhero.
Mighty Mouse. Boom. Let's see if he's ringing any bells.
Does anybody else remember Mighty Mouse? I'm the only old fart old enough to remember Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that red cape is ringing a bell.
It started. Mr. Trouble never hangs around when he hears this mighty sound. Here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. Yes, and when there is a wrong to right, Mighty Mouse will join the fight on the sea or on the land.
That was the first thing that popped up on the Google. Demetrius Johnson.
Isn't it amazing that I remember this crap?
Yeah, what comes up is Demetrius Johnson. That's like the first thing, because his Twitter is @MightyMouse.
Oh, okay. There you go. How old is this guy?
I don't know. He's old. He's not too old. Not your age.
If he remembers Mighty Mouse, he can't be too young either.
Probably in his 30s. He's the current one champion athlete, former 11-time defending MMA flyweight.
Is this true? A nice knee and follow-up, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Brian says he's something like 36. Okay. So he's certainly not that old. He's in your age range then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cybersecurity story. Who read the last story? I already forgot. Oh, fart.
That was me. I read the last story.
That's what I was thinking, but I lose it sometimes. All right, so this is on me. I'm going to share screen. And we are on Tech News World. And this is about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity fears trigger migration from the public cloud. I thought this was a pretty interesting story because it's dangerous for people. Drexel University's online I'm reading a commercial. Never mind. Cloud cybersecurity, or lack of it, is feeding a frenzy of companies out of the public cloud. A similar concern about managing compliance obligations is keeping organizations from moving to the cloud in general. However, much of the growing concerns over cloud cybersecurity result from experience with public and private cloud platforms. A trend toward hybrid cloud computing could be an approach to better ensure data security, according to cybersecurity researchers. Several cybersecurity reports raise concerns about confidence in cloud providers' abilities to adequately protect users from data breaches, maintain visibility, and security controls. These reports raise questions about deciding to use public or private cloud platforms or going to hybrid cloud use to supplement existing on-premise data centers. A report that Accurix publishes in late February shows it takes 25 days on average for companies to fix cloud infrastructure misconfiguration. That's a long time. The report also revealed that 10% of enterprises pay for advanced cloud security capabilities that are never enabled. That's nice. I'm paying for it, but you're giving me nothing. While 35% of organizations struggle with improper use of role-based account access controls in the cloud, which result in roles with too many permissions. Also, I'm paying for it, and you're not giving me what I'm paying for. Results also show that nearly a quarter of all violations correspond to poorly configured managed infrastructure service offerings. Well, that's going to be true in every company. This makes it easier for attackers to discover an organization's services, read their data, and potentially make modifications. Now, watering hole attack are emerging in the cloud, where they can cause much more damage than on-premise environments. Many companies had already begun their digital transformations ahead of the pandemic. Meanwhile, UK-based NTT's hybrid cloud report found that COVID-19 accelerated this transition, well, naturally, to cloud storage and remote computing. It revealed glaring deficiencies in cloud infrastructure security and network architecture capabilities. The issues today are legion in protecting against cybersecurity. Security measures have become a heightened priority thanks to COVID-19, according to Dove Lerner, security research leader, Cyber6Skill. Okay. The immediate shift to remote work across the world increased the risk of cyber exposure as people began using home networks for work. Yep. A typical organization's threat surface has expanded tremendously, so a robust and complex cybersecurity program is critical, he told Tech News World. Threat actors are able to immediately capitalize on these new vulnerabilities created by remote work. Using dark web forums and messaging platforms, they can coordinate to share tools, services, and expertise. These all enable faster and more sophisticated attacks, so they work in teams, obviously. Cybersecurity is a key consideration for business leaders. 9 in 10 decisions about cloud migration involve the CISO cybersecurity team in the cloud decision-making process, according to NTT's research. The company surveyed 950 decision makers in 13 countries across 5 regions. That report showed 61% of the responding companies say security and compliance are critical and the first consideration in hybrid cloud planning. Other study results show a lack of visibility and control exists. In the last 12 months, 1/3 of organizations migrated applications or data from public cloud to private or non-cloud environments. Nearly 1/3 blame security breaches as the main driver for migrating from public to private cloud or non-cloud environments. Sure, that makes perfect sense. Fixing the cloud security shortcomings highlighted in the reports may be more aligned with improving cloud adoption practices. That makes sense. Suggested Michael Richkin, principal consultant at NTT. In fact, he would not call them shortcomings so much as adoption changes. The adoption of any new technology, such as hybrid cloud platforms, involves challenges to overcome, such as knowledge, people, process, and tools. NTT's report also found that network performance and shortage of skills were also regarded as sizable barriers to hybrid cloud adoption. Both, if not appropriately addressed when implementing the cloud, could undo the benefits it offers. Sure, if the person doesn't have the skills to be doing the job in the first place. Much of the focus of the NTT report is on the benefits of hybrid cloud adoption as a solution to general cloud trouble spots. The report sees both a need and key benefits for hybrid cloud adoption over the other data storage options. Both need and benefit have been accepted in the market and adoption is increasing, noted Richardson. Enterprises that have not yet adopted a hybrid cloud platform model have plans to begin their adoption journey over the next 12 months. Overcoming the management, data security, governance, and technical challenges are among the key concerns and obstacles organizations have identified as inhibiting their plans to adopt hybrid cloud platforms. Costs and operational efficiencies top the list of hybrid cloud adoption over other cloud platforms. They are driving the interest in adoption. I expect to see the adoption of hybrid cloud platforms continue to accelerate in the next few years. What's the difference? Organizations can choose from numerous cloud computing platforms for the delivery of IT applications. They may deliver services to customers or facilitate business operations. Two major categories of cloud platforms are public cloud and private cloud. The most well-known public cloud platforms are AWS, of course, which is the biggest in the world, Microsoft Azure, and Google Workspace. Collectively, they are referred to as hyperscaler cloud providers or hyperscalers due to their massive scale of operations. Private cloud platforms leverage similar technologies in terms of their architecture and programmability, but they are private in terms of their being utilized by a single organizational entity. That makes sense. The term hybrid cloud refers to the adoption of multiple cloud platforms. They achieve optimal delivery of IT applications to maximize business advantage. With appropriate application best fit analysis, the adoption of hyperscaler and private cloud platforms interconnected to provide a seamless application delivery infrastructure fabric can deliver significant benefits to the business from the perspective of IT application and service delivery. Another significant difference between the public and private cloud platforms is the potential difference in the commercial models available. For instance, hyperscaler platforms conform to consumptive-based financial models where the customer pays for what they use on an operating expense basis. Private cloud platforms can be procured in many different commercial models across OPX, capital expenditures, and a hybrid commercial model. Ultimately, the quest to achieve optimal delivery of IT applications and services at the speed of the business is and will be the engine driving hybrid cloud platform adoption. Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole rest of the thing, but obviously, yeah, if you're paying for security, especially with everybody working from home, yeah, you expect to get some security. And
Yeah,
I think it'd be troubling.
you can expect.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was an interesting story, and it's in today's world, it's something I think we all pretty much have to be cognizant of, because if you can't make me secure, what am I paying you for? Let's see what the
security. You're paying for a security theater.
Yeah. Okay. Renz is still at work, so he's busy. He's so nice just to apologize. That is, I just think that is so nice. Okay. Sliding on down the stories. Okay, this is going to be our last story. And this is, again, cybersecurity slacking, so it's somewhat related. Are you going to take the next story, or are you off on your own on something? I know how you like to slip off and sneak away.
What are you talking about? Slip away? I'm always here and present. All right. One of work from home's biggest losers. Yeah, there's been a lot of complaints about cybersecurity specialists.
Yeah.
Cybersecurity. Business leaders had a lot on their plates over the past year, and many have let cybersecurity fall by the wayside. Nearly half of businesses say work from home policies have hurt their cybersecurity practices, according to Verizon. 2021 Mobile Security Index, published on Tuesday. The report includes findings from a survey of 856 professionals responsible for buying, managing, and securing mobile and Internet of Things devices for companies. The results are pretty dismal, if not terribly surprising. 45% of respondents say their companies are sacrificing mobile security to just get the job done. Last spring's rapid transition to remote working was a huge undertaking for IT teams, and a number of high-profile security breaches last year exposed the challenges of securely running a remote team. Considering the potential cybersecurity pitfalls of working from home is especially important, as many companies consider maintaining a remote working model either full or part-time even after the pandemic ends. That pandemic caused a global shift in the way organizations operate. While businesses focus their efforts elsewhere, cyber criminals saw a wealth of new opportunities to strike. Verizon Business Revenue Chief Officer Salman Aranian.
Close, I tell you, got it.
Salman Aranian
That's it.
said in a statement. With the rise of the remote workforce and the spike in global device usage, the threat landscape changed, which for organizations means there's greater need to hone in on mobile security. Sort of similar to what you were talking about last story, George.
Yep.
Employees are increasingly using mobile devices for key work performances, maybe checking a check from their boss. Oh, sorry, neck, crick. On their smartwatch while on a morning walk or updating a spreadsheet on their phone while waiting for the Peloton class to start. While cybersecurity risks can take many forms, mobile devices present unique challenges. Phishing attacks may be successful on mobile devices because a smaller screen can make it harder to notice malicious emails or websites designed to imitate legitimate ones. Mobile devices are also easier to lose or have stolen, say a laptop, which in turn can lead to a loss of critical data and productivity. As growing numbers of companies adopt cloud-based platforms during the pandemic, mobile devices could also be exploited to steal login credentials and mobile data from virtual work systems, the report says. More than 1 in 5 companies surveyed said their mobile device security was compromised, involving loss of data or operation disruptions in the preceding year, and 2/3 of respondents said that the mobile device-related risk increased in the past year. Companies are still failing in the basics, the report said, which include such simple protections as encrypting sensitive data across open public networks and restricting access to data on a need-to-know basis. The bad guys have gotten smarter. And even as companies scramble to improve their cybersecurity practices, bad actors are upping their games. Cyber criminals are getting increasingly creative at finding new ways to fool users, break through company defenses, and compromise organizations' systems and cloud-based apps, the report says. Mobile phishing attempts, for example, increased by 364% in 2020 compared to the prior year. And while phishing, an attack wherein bad actors impersonate a legitimate company, service, or person in order to steal sensitive data or install malware on a user's device, presents a huge threat. Almost half of U.S. employees don't know what it is, according to a separate study from security software firm Proofpoint. That suggests companies will still have much work to do in equipping workers to avoid threats. There are a range of steps companies can take to protect themselves, and many services available to help with this, but some firms just need to start with the basics. Nearly half of companies don't give employees regular training on mobile device security, according to the Verizon report. Teach your employees how to spot signs of phishing. Being suspicious is good. That should include checking that email addresses match who they purport to be coming from, watching out for misspelled links in the emails, and being suspicious of incoming calls from unfamiliar numbers. And of course, it should be a rule to never supply login credentials or personally identify information in response to any email or call.
That makes sense to me because I can remember, and of course it's been 5 years since I left Procourse, but they always gave us courses about phishing and stuff, but never once on mobile devices. So I can see where that would be much more lucrative to the bad guys, or easier to get to. So good story. Yeah, combined with the last story, that's pretty scary.
Yep. Yeah. Scary indeed.
It is. Yeah. So we have come to the end of my stories, and now we're going to come to Ted's weekly starring role. So why don't you share it, and I'll just throw it up when you have it shared.
All right. Share it, man. Boom, boom.
You got it? No, not yet. Okay. That's what
hold on.
I haven't seen it yet.
There we go.
Okay. And there it is. Okay. It's glowing rectangles time, folks.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
Just trying to figure something out. Nope. Nah. So I was just see. Well, hold on. No, I think. Nope. How do I make you bigger? I forget. Go away. This? What's this? Oh, no, I bookmarked it, I think. Anyway, so Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show where it's a good time to end, where we talk about another place if you're interested in more stories by tech enthusiasts, just like yourself. If you're on the show, you're probably a tech enthusiast. Then hop on over to reddit.com r/glowing rectangles, where you will find a community of tech enthusiasts share their favorite stories in tech. Again, that's reddit.com/r/glowing rectangles. And as we explore the top story of the day is by, what's this guy's name again? Alt Dad Tech.
Yes.
Funny enough, he did a video about Android versus iPhone, and he discusses if privacy even is a thing. He seems to think it's not. And I'm inclined to agree with him. What do you think, George?
I probably would be inclined to agree with him, but I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet. I've been watching a lot of his videos lately, but I haven't seen this one yet.
And then the second story of the day goes to Tech King Mike, where he reviews a case. It's been a while since I've seen a case review on a phone. I usually just skip them.
Been a while since I saw an OtterBox review, that's for sure.
That's true. But look at that. It's already on the phone. In that case, looking smooth.
Yeah.
It's a shame. He has 6 months before it goes all yellow.
Oh, well, unless they improve. I mean, they can improve their technology too,
You're right. Third stop story of the day goes to the subreddit's creator, Juan Bagnell, a.k.a. Some Gadget Guy. And he's looking into the UPerfect X laptop dock. As you probably know, Juan Bagnell is a huge proponent of turning your phone into a desktop or computer.
He's pretty expert at it too.
And funny enough, oddly enough, he's using a V60, which I think is ironic considering LGs have the worst desktop mode on a phone.
But did I not say earlier that he has always been a fan of LG?
Yeah. So he's biased.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where the bias is showing.
When I said earlier that I absolutely love the LG V30, he was the first one I ever saw a review of the V30, and I would say he's more responsible for me buying that than anybody else.
The V60 is his favorite phone that he uses the most out of all time. But if you are after the best desktop mode experience, it doesn't come from LG.
Samsung.
Not at all.
No, it's going to be Samsung.
Yeah, Samsung or Huawei.
Yeah.
And then let's go to the fourth story is the Friday checkout where, oh no, is he worried about Nokia?
Let's see. And who did I say that I thought might be the next one to go?
Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy. I'm gonna have to be watching these these 3 stories.
Yeah.
But definitely, guys, if you have your own video or you have a post that you want to make, go ahead and just submit. Let's see. Let me actually, well, these stories actually automatically get submitted on the glowing rectangles. I have that automatically listed there. But hold on, what was the last story from you, George? Let's see, today.
Well, last time for me was going to be yesterday, not today.
Yeah. Let me scroll all the way down. Let's go all the way down. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, down there where they put the old farts. I got it. Okay.
Oh, no. That's post LG options. Ooh, hold on. Little detour. We have a guy who's wondering about post LG options. He is currently using an LG V40 that he bought at launch. Wow. Good job.
That's held on to that for a long time.
Looking forward, what are the best current options when it becomes necessary to retire my V40? No 3.5 millimeter jack and no.
I'm going to go out on a limb here because I haven't gotten one yet. But I'm going to say probably one of the A series phones from Samsung because of the price.
Oh my! I didn't know Motorola is starting to come out with a desktop mode now. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
And this guy, Nick. He's giving a good suggestion. Still has a headphone jack, micro SD card slot, It's not a Dragon 870. Traditional
I
fingerprint.
thought to say Motorola as soon as you asked the question, but then I said, no, I'm thinking Samsung's A series might be better. That would be yes.
Yeah, I'm more aligned with this guy. He's probably going to be looking at a Sony or newer LG phone if they're on sale.
Yeah, but Sony phones are generally expensive, you know.
He bought an LG 40. That was or he probably maybe bought it from the carrier, so it was subsidized.
The reason I said the A series because you're going to get a pretty good phone, probably better than a Moto is my guess, for a really good price. You know.
How about the new Asus phone, the ROG 5?
Oh yeah, I only saw a piece of somebody's video yesterday, and they were raving about that phone. You know, in a good way.
I am. Oh my goodness! 10 days ago. No, that was an ad.
There's the Axon 20.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still looking for how to download the COVID-19 vaccination certificate. Oh my goodness!
Like to see, here they come. We ran that story about the phony certificates. What, 2 weeks ago?
Yep. I can't find yours. It's
going to be thousands of those. I wouldn't worry about it.
Let's see. Do I put it on hot? Let's put you on hot. Maybe on the hot section, George.
My age, I'm cold, brother, not hot. Those years are long gone.
Now, I just saw Easy's video. Ooh, what's this? Enjoy a continuous glucose monitor without worrying about the cost or pain.
See, this is where I can ignore stuff like this. As healthy as I am, I'll never need a glucose monitor.
Interesting. Nothing.
Interesting that story was under the hot section. I got to give him credit for that.
Sorry, George. It looks like nowhere to be found.
I'm good.
Thank goodness, I'm still scrolling.
It's all right. People still.
Was it yesterday? Was it really yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday?
Oh, you know what? You're right. It was the day before yesterday.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I'm old.
Boom. Anyway, that's the story, folks. I can just.
Anyway, so that's glowing rectangles. We highlight them every week, and Ted walks us through them, for which I'm very grateful. And you folks should post some stuff there if you have a YouTuber that you think deserves to be seen and get some recognition. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely sharing upvote, giving upvote while you're there. Check out the stories. Ooh.
And as James would say, you can say, "Get up, get on up." I can't help it; it just comes out of me.
All right, sign us out.
All right, folks. So thanks for coming by. Pretty good show, I thought, tonight. I was so happy to see Will. And the very best part was the second Will got on, Ted started ranting. I love that. Because you notice we never seem to have rants unless Will and or Mike are here. But it was really refreshing to see Ted rant a little bit. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I'll bet you guys did too. So anyway, thanks for coming by, everybody. I hope everybody has a very wonderful and blessed weekend. Ted, we're on your channel next week, right?
Yep.
All right. So next week on Ted Talks, and we'll see you all next week. And enjoy your weekend. And I hope it's nice weather. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Here comes the president.